CJ Kersey joining us from the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team here on the Mendola Show at Arcaro and Genell's Takeaway Kitchen. And CJ, let's talk a little bit about your team and the preseason and the buy-in with the guys and how you guys are faring so far early in the season.
Well, so far we're pretty happy with how things are going. We've played 3 games. We're 2-1 right now. We lost our opener to a good East Stroudsburg South team, but I thought played well. They were just a little bit better that night, and then we won our next 2 games against Selinsgrove and Coughlin. To me, more importantly, though, I've been pleased with the effort that the kids are giving. They're really developing well in terms of team camaraderie and playing better as a team, and I've seen some real strides from the beginning of the year to now. So it's early, but off to a good start for sure.
Talk about the strength of the team this year. A lot of guards, good shooting ability. What would you say the strength is?
I think right now the strength of our team is our balance, that we've got 5 or 6 different guys who could lead the team in scoring any night. They play very unselfishly, and we've even seen a bunch of different guys who have put up double digits one night, another night maybe another guy scores 15 or 20. So I think that team aspect is going to make us hard to defend as we go through the year.
You have a couple basketball guys, that's for sure, but then you got some guys that play some other sports, and it's always good, I think, when you're a coach, you have a little bit of balance of everything. Some of those guys bring different intangibles or tangibles for that matter. So tell us a little bit about your group.
No, I agree. I'm always a big fan of kids playing multi-sports. I think it helps them learn to compete better. I think it's good because kids enjoy playing sports, and the more they're involved, the better. So yeah, if you look at our guys who I brought up tonight, for example, we've got a group of guys in Jeremy Callahan and Tyler Maddock who are good golfers. They've had a lot of success on the Sem golf team. Nick Cantor is a very good lacrosse player, very passionate about that. Dimitri Genell, very focused just on basketball, and then a kid like Todd Phillips, who's a 3-sport athlete, and then Dan Polya, who is just a basketball player as well, but also was involved in the school play, for example, this fall. So has gotten himself involved in a lot of different interesting aspects of seminary.
Coaching them up, little things you're trying to do in practice. Talk about you and the coaching staff and what you guys try to do day in and day out to kind of make them rise up a little bit.
Well, I think I'm really lucky, first of all, to have a great coaching staff. I've got 3 assistants who have been with me for a while. 2 of them graduated from seminary, so they know the school and they know the kids well. In terms of what we emphasize in practice, we really do a lot of fundamental work. We're really trying to make sure we're strong on the offensive end fundamentally, and then focus a lot of time and attention to get better defensively. I think that's the one area in terms of our man-to-man defense that we can continue to improve and will be key for us as we move forward during the year.
Wyoming Valley Conference, what's it like in the league and some teams you play?
Well, I think it's going to be very competitive this year. I know in our division, Holy Redeemer, who won the division last year and also won the District 2 3A title, is certainly the favorites. But there's going to be a lot of tough competition. A team like Cantor, who already won an opening game against Pittston Northwest, is off to a very good start. MMI is playing very well. I think they're 2-1 right now, and then certainly the crossover games are going to be challenging. Just watched Nanticoke play last night on the road, and they took it to Riverside, and have been playing well. But teams like GR, Myers, Tunkhannock, Wyoming area, Berwick, are going to make it, so that if we're going to win some games in our crossovers, we're certainly going to have to be at our best every night.
We're mid-December, and your evaluation of your team may change in January and February, but as of right now, if there's 2 or 3 things you say, if this team does this, we're going to have a very successful year, what do you think they are?
I think the first thing is if we continue to share the ball the way we have. This team has been very, very unselfish, and I think that's been key, not only in terms of the number of points we score, but the team camaraderie is very strong. So that would be my second thing. If they continue to work hard in practice, enjoy being around each other, they get along really, really well, not just on the court and off the court. And I think the third thing is just continuing to get better defensively, making sure we're a good rebounding team, make sure we do a good job of keeping the ball out of the paint, and we certainly have some room for growth there, but I can see us getting better.
CJ, we wish you a great holiday with your family, and of course enjoy this basketball season 2017-18.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you having us on.
Tyler Maddock joining us from the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team, and Tyler, you're a senior, so let's talk a little bit about your role this year on the squad.
Oh yeah, my role is just kind of bring a leadership role to the team. I've been on the team for 4 years, and really from my freshman year we won 4 games, and kind of the past couple of years we've been really competitive in our division. So seeing that growth and kind of just sharing my experience with especially the younger guys on our team. We have a really good freshman group, so kind of leading them and showing them how to win and succeed and be successful in high school basketball would I say be my main role.
A lot of guards, so some rotations there, guys getting in and doing different things, handling the ball, shooting the ball. Talk about the depth at the guard position.
Yeah, we have tremendous depth, and I think the biggest asset is all our guards are both comfortable on the ball and off the ball. You know, Jeremy Callahan, is a tremendous shooter, but also can take guys off the dribble. Jay Kersey, another guy, is a freshman. Again, a guy who can shoot it as well as handle it. So my thing, obviously, I consider myself more of a pass-first guy. So getting those guys open looks is kind of what I strive to do.
Every team needs one of those pass-first guys, and that was my thing too. I like to pass instead of necessarily score. Golf, a game that you enjoy. Talk about how much time you've put into that and what you've learned about the game of golf.
Yeah, absolutely. My father, a big golfer, so I kind of took it up from him. I joined the team as a junior, not expecting much, and turned out to have a pretty good career. I finished top 10 in districts this year, so it was nice to have that. Kind of gives me a break from the grind of the basketball season, so I really enjoyed that.
You're involved with the school newspaper. Is that something you really enjoy and learn a lot from?
I do. I've always kind of enjoyed sports writing specifically, so it gives me kind of a break and a chance to write about other things going on in the school.
Let's talk a little bit about family. You have a couple of siblings, so tell us about what you've learned from them.
I do. I have an older sister, Allie. She's a junior in college now, so kind of seeing her way. She grew up. She was a golfer as well. And then I have a younger brother who's a freshman on the team too. So trying to kind of set a good example for him and be a good leader for him to follow.
History, one of your favorite subjects. What is it that you enjoy there?
I'm really into politics. Hopefully try to make a career out of that. So I really enjoy that. That's kind of my go-to.
And as far as college, you're thinking law?
Hopefully that's the plan.
That's awesome. You like to play basketball in college, and you have to find that right fit. What is it that you love about the game of basketball to say, hey, I want to give this a shot at the next level?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is just being around the teammates and that camaraderie you have in the locker room. Going to war with guys, and I enjoy that, and I'm kind of looking for the right fit academically and athletic for me at the next level, so we'll see what happens.
Talk about your folks and them being role models and how they inspire you.
Yeah, my parents, definitely my father was a good high school athlete. He's kind of done a good job of giving me tips and along the way on how to deal with adversity and things like that, and he's always taught me, hard work eventually pays off, so he's been really instrumental in that.
Senior Tyler Maddock here on the John Mendola Show from the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team. We wish you the best and enjoy the holiday with your family.
Thank you.
Daniel Polya joining us from the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team here on the John Mendola Show. You're a senior, play center. A lot of guards on this team, but talk about some of the inside ball game this year for Sem. Who are some of those inside players?
We got two very good junior big men, Genell and Nicholas Cantor, and they're very skilled. They like to bang it out in the post. But we also have a freshman power forward center, Ethan Muser, and he's been trying to get acquainted to the game, the high school game, and it's certainly been a lot of bruises and bashing in there, but it's all out of fun, and we're getting a lot better.
What about this Polya guy? What could you tell us about him?
Senior year, so we have a lot to go out there and accomplish. We've been pretty good the past couple seasons. Haven't quite made it as far as we wanted to, but it's mine and Tyler Maddock's year to go out and do whatever we can to get this program a district or division and hopefully a district championship.
Coach said getting the ball around, distributing the ball is going to be so important. Do you find yourself to have some offensive abilities, or are you more a defensive guy?
It's been an interesting process starting at the lower school coming up. I've always been more of a defensive guy, bruising it out on the boards. But this year, coaches have really tried to get me going towards the hoop, making moves down low, and trying to score as much as I can for the team.
Regardless of what happens with basketball, the future is bright for you. You're thinking the medical field, so you're involved in the medical club, which is natural to say, hey, this is what I want to do, but take a little a step towards what those goals are for yourself.
Definitely. This year I was voted to be the leader of the medical club, so it's been a lot of organizing. We have a lot of guest speakers come in. Both my parents are doctors, so it's been groomed into me from a kid, but it's definitely senior year, got a lot of college stuff to do, but between basketball, college stuff, it's been busy but a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next step of my life and hopefully getting into med school and going from there.
The work ethic of doctors, a lot of hours and on call, that type of stuff, and you still want to do it, huh?
Still, I know. There's been some late nights when I've been taking care of my 3 siblings and getting dinner on the table, stuff like that. But hey, they love it, I love it, and it's something I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. So, trying to accomplish my goals.
A balance of them being into their profession, both a mom and a dad, and then still, I'm sure you guys soak up as much family time as you could. Talk a little bit about what it's like around the holidays, because I'm sure you guys do
Definitely.
a fabulous job with that.
My sister just got home from school, so we were excited, and we try and get as much family time together. We frequently have family dinners, get together. With my younger brother Benjamin being on the basketball team as well, there's been some battles on the basketball court and also not on the basketball court, but we're a very tight-knit family, and I can always look up into the bleachers and see one of my siblings or my parents out in the stands, and we always make time to support each other and make sure that as a family unit we're doing what we need to do to succeed.
Either you learned how to cook or you're pretty good at ordering out, so do you do a little bit of both?
Definitely a little bit of both. There's been some times when there's been some phone calls from my mom saying the grill's on fire, but so far the house is not burned down.
That's good.
And my family's not malnourished, so I think I'm doing well enough.
A great story. Math and science, 2 subjects you excel in, carrying a 4.14. Talk about what you like about that.
I guess just being into the medical field, it's always been about grooming myself to do that, and I took AP Chemistry, AP Bio, and within that, it's been a lot of time spent helping the younger guys on the basketball team, making sure they're accomplishing their goals, because as a program, we pride ourselves on making sure that we can all achieve what we need to achieve, not just on the basketball court, but also in the classroom. And I know from a team standpoint, we all maintain incredible GPAs. We're one of the programs on campus that's most respected, and I think that we've earned that right, and we continue to work for it. But it has been tough at times.
Oh, it's great to hear a young person already have a vision and medical career for you. You want to be a doctor like the folks. Awesome stuff. Continued great job with your siblings as well, and great to hear your story.
Thank you.
Dimitri Genell joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire Service, located in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. Well, you're a junior forward this year, so talk about what Coach expects of you this season.
This year, coming in as a junior, I started last year just coming off. I'm supposed to be a leader on the court, provide a good offensive mentality, defensive mentality, set the tone in the game, come off with high energy, share the ball, mainly just get to the basket.
What do you like about this year's team?
This year we have a new incoming freshmen that are going to provide a lot for our team. Jake Courts coming in as a guard, a great shooter, ball handler. Ethan Muser, another big that can score down low, lock people up. I think they'll be great assets to the team.
You also do lacrosse. What is it you like about lacrosse?
Lacrosse I picked up in maybe 4th, 5th grade, just for another activity, working different muscles in the off season, playing for Scranton lacrosse, stay involved in other sports, keep my body activated in the off season.
You got a big family, including some twins, so
Yes.
Tell us about your siblings.
My siblings, I have a twin brother and sister, Nigel and Natalia, and my younger sister, Alessandra. They're both, twins are involved in basketball. My younger sister, Alessandra, is in gymnastics and dance, and they're at all the games supported.
Science and math, a couple of your favorite subjects, doing well in the classroom.
Yes.
What is it you like about those 2 areas?
Eventually, I want to attend medical school, do something with cardiology, follow in my uncle's footsteps, and I think those two subjects are just the most interesting to me right now.
As far as your parents, talk a little bit about their work ethic rubbing off on you and how that kind of goes hand in hand.
My parents, my mother and father, I think they're my biggest influence when it comes to basketball. They're at all my games, supporting me, teaching me when I was younger, sending me to the camps on days I probably didn't want to be there. Days I didn't have school, I'd be in the gym working when I was 1st, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. And they're just there supporting me throughout the way.
How about the academics at SEM and kind of preparing you for that next level at college and challenging you? What's it like to be a student?
To be a student at SEM, I transferred to SEM my sophomore year from Scranton Prep, and I would definitely say Wyoming Seminary is much more like a college, having classes, different times of the day. You don't have every class every day. Teachers expect a lot more out of you, but you do have more time to get things done. But the workload is pretty significant, but it is manageable.
Dimitri, we appreciate your time. We wish you the best over the season, and of course, enjoy your family with the holidays.
Thank you, you too.
Nicholas Cantor joining us from Sem Boys Basketball here on the John Mendola Show. And Nicholas, it's your junior year, you play center. We talked with a couple of guys about the guards, about some of the inside play. Tell us a little bit about the overall feel of the team this year. Would you say a little more offensive, a little bit more defensive?
So I think our team is a little more offensive this year. I mean, we have a really good group of guys. We are a younger team, I would say, and we just really get along together. But I say we focus offensively. I think we're better sound offensive, but coach stresses defense a lot too also.
Younger team, but some senior leadership. Talk about some of these seniors doing the job in the classroom and what they bring to the table on the basketball court.
So we have two seniors, Tyler Maddock and Daniel Polya, and they are some of the best leaders on the team. They do a really great job of rounding us together. If we have a bad practice at the end, they get us together and make sure we're on the same page for to have a great practice the next time.
You play lacrosse. How much are you into lacrosse, or just something you do?
I'm very much into lacrosse. I love basketball, but I would say lacrosse is my number one sport. And I'm hoping to go to college for it also.
Engineering club, something that you do. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm new to engineering club, and it's kind of like a wood shop, and I just something I really passionate about, and just learning about that. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your older brother. Played ball as well, and what he's up to nowadays.
So my brother, he played basketball for Sem, and now he's a Division I rower for St. Joe's. And I just look up to him because he's a really hardworking person, and I'm in the same footsteps as him, so I just look up to him for a lot of things.
Math and chem, a couple of your favorite subjects. What is it you like about them?
I just love the math in them. They're a lot of fun, and I always learn something new every single day.
And let's talk about your dad and how you look up to him and what he's taught you and trying to work as hard as him, I'm sure.
My dad's an amazing man. He works. I never met a man that works as hard as him. He has a job down in Florida, and he commutes every single day, Monday to Friday, and then comes home. But he does it for us, and he loves us, and he does whatever he can to provide for us. So I really enjoy it.
As far as the outlook this year with some of the teams you play, who are some schools that you enjoy going up against?
Holy Redeemer is by far my favorite school. I played in the Catholic League in the grade school, and most of their starters, so I know a lot of them, and it's just a really good battle against them, and hopefully things work out this year.
Well, Nicholas, great to hear your story. Obviously, as you said, wish your dad the best in all those travels he's doing, and hopefully you guys can soak up some family time over the holidays.
Thank you very much.
Nicholas Cantor from the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team. Jeremy Callahan joining us from the Wyoming Seminary basketball team here on the John Mendola Show. And Jeremy, here you are, your sophomore year. What are you looking forward to this season?
Kind of just looking forward to another season. You know, last year we were kind of average team, 50 wins and losses. So this year, kind of just looking forward to making a run in the playoffs, winning more, and sharing that experience with the teammates.
You guys are a young team, but there's some very good basketball players, including yourself, on the team. Talk about some of the basketball talent deep at Sem this year.
Yeah, definitely more talent than there has been in past years at Sem. I'm definitely excited about this team. A lot of young team, but definitely experienced because a lot of us played last year. A lot of us play together outside of seminary, so it's kind of just fun to get back on the court and kind of lace it up and get ready to roll this season.
How about your skill set out there on the court? Would you say you're a pure shooter? You work for your shots, a great handle with the ball? Take us through some of the talents you have.
That last year, I think I was definitely kind of a main three-point shooter. A lot of people figured that out at the end of the year, so I worked hard over the summer to just kind of make my game more versatile, you know, drive to the basket. When I get fouled, make my free throws, be able to be stronger and make moves so I'm not as predictable.
What was your relationship with your brother, who's now 21 years old? Talk about, you know, him growing up and playing basketball, what it was like for you, a basketball family.
It's just a lot of basketball in the house, so definitely when he's working out, I have to try to work my best to beat him in every drill and work as hard as he is, because he's at a good place right now in his career where he's good enough and he's playing on a good team. He's got to college, so I'm just trying to get to that point and kind of roll what he has been going with.
Let's talk about some of the subjects you enjoy in school. You're a 4.0 kind of guy, so you're a pretty serious student. Let's talk about some of those favorite subject areas.
Yeah, math has always just kind of been something that's just come to me. It's just a fun thing that I do. And Latin's something I discovered in high school. It's interesting yet complicated language, but it's definitely a small class that I've had a lot of fun with.
Yeah, not many people coming across me learning Latin, and usually most do enjoy it when you find a couple. Down the road, college is something you're thinking? You're thinking basketball is pretty serious. Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, I definitely want to play in college. Kind of just working right now towards that opportunity. Haven't looked too much into it, but coming up I'll probably have to.
How about golf? What do you enjoy about that?
Golf is a sport. You're all by yourself. You're out there, but it's also a fun sport in the sense that you have a team and you're competing with other people, and it's just a nice, relaxing way to also be competitive.
How about your folks? Talk about how they inspire you or set the work ethic. What is it?
Yeah, definitely. Basketball began with my father. He played when he was in high school and college and on, and so he's laid the foundation for both me and my brother to have kind of a passion for the game, and he's gone to everything, and so has my mother. They've all just been supportive and just doing anything to help me, whether that's going away or going into the gym every day to work.
Well, Jeremy, we wish you the best this season. I know a lot of people are mentioning your name, so good luck this year, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Todd Phillips is with us here on the John Mendola Show, and you're a sophomore. You found a home here at Wyoming Seminary. You're playing 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball. A lot of talent in the Phillips family athletically. You've kind of taken that, and of course in your own family there's been some talent as well. What's it like being you and kind of growing up around sports?
It's fun. My dad went to Callahan, 1,000-point scorer, played 3 sports just like I am. Went to Penn State on to play baseball. Was very successful in both the college and high school level.
Talk about what he tells you. Is it things that he did or things that he thinks you could do? How about that work ethic? Is it something you think almost comes natural, like you're just a hungry athlete?
Yeah, it helps a lot. Like after games, to give me some few pointers, but it doesn't interfere with any coaches' tips. He just lets our coach be a good coach.
As far as your favorite sport, do you have one? It seemed like maybe a little more of a baseball guy, but
yeah, my dad was a really good baseball player, but I like them all. They're all fun to me. Like all the teams, it's fun.
What is it about this basketball team this year that you think, okay, we might have a special season?
Well, we're really young. We have a good starting senior, Tyler Maddock. Just really got to come in, bring the energy, and just play well.
Let's talk about being the youngest in your family and what you've learned from those older siblings and telling you things as well.
Yeah, it's good. I got 2 older brothers and an older sister. It helps a lot with sports. They always giving me pregame tips and helping me throughout school too.
As far as things you enjoy in school right now, what's a subject area that you're like, I don't know if I would ever take this at my other school, but now I'm at Sam and I'm trying some new stuff.
I'm trying a new subject, Russian, this year. Learning about like the new culture, new language, and it's fun to learn about, something different.
Let's talk about your dad and your brother, and again, going back to that work ethic, or whether it's you're shooting 500 shots a day or you're taking 500 swings or whatever for that matter.
Yeah.
What are things that they've tried to hone in on for you?
My dad's a big part in my life, sports-wise and in the classroom. He really pushes me to do my best in both ways. He's a really good role model to me.
And your uncles, I'm sure, are helping inspire you a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you got some aunts in there too. So talk about the extended family, everybody rooting on Todd Phillips.
Yeah, I got a few uncles on my dad's side. They played high school. We were very successful there. Went to Callahan. Aunts played high school sports too. They're all successful as also. I think it's passed down to me too.
Well, Todd, we wish you the best this year. Great to catch up with you.
Thank you, you too.